This week, I'm going to take you guys along for a day in the life of running my small business. So one of the very first things I have to do is just get all of the chores done. So this week, we have quite a few business tasks to tend to. I have a farmer's market this weekend. I have beef ready at the processor to be picked up. And we made a really big decision about our small business and the direction that we want to take it. It was a tough decision and something that I really didn't see coming, but there was just a lot of factors that played into it. So I want to share with you guys all about that on this week's video. This morning I had to go out early before the kids woke up and get the milking done because we had to take a trip to the processor today to pick up some beef that's ready. So this beef we will go pick up, inventory it back into our walk-in freezer, and then that's what we will sell at the farmer's market this summer. So that is a big job that needs to be done. So after milking, I just got inside, made me and the kids a quick breakfast so we could get on the road to go pick up our beef. One of the big things when running a small business like this and going to the farmer's market every weekend is making sure we have enough inventory to justify our time of being there. And that is one of the biggest factors that went into this new decision that we made and how we're running our small business. So I started selling beef directly to customers in 2020. That was the first year that I decided to stop selling all of my animals at the local sale barn and take that step into direct sales. And I really love selling all my meat direct. I love being able to raise all the animals from start to finish and see that full picture. But lately there's been a lot of price increases on different variables of this whole business. So that has forced us to sit down and really look at a few things. As you guys know, one of my main focuses is running our small business and all of the tasks that come with that. I am always looking for ways to improve and streamline processes as our business grows, which is why I'm excited to share with you guys Homebase. So this is something for other small business owners that rely on hourly workers. Homebase is an all-in-one app designed to streamline these administrative tasks and make your life easier. So no more paper scheduling and payroll headaches or shift swapping chaos. Let Homebase handle all of that for you. Managers save up to 20 plus hours using Homebase a month. Homebase can take care of scheduling, time clocks, timesheets, payroll, hiring, HR, and team communications all inside of one easy to use app. If you think Homebase could be a good fit for you and your small business, be sure to follow the link in my description or the QR code on the screen to learn more and sign up for free today. Thank you so much to Homebase for sponsoring this week's video. Now that we got the beef home from the processor, I have to do the job of putting it all into our walk-in freezer. So I try to organize it and inventory it the best I can, but when it's hot out, I do have to work pretty quickly. It's also important that I try to keep everything very organized because we have so many farmers markets this time of year. I'm constantly in and out of the big freezer and grabbing meat, so everything needs to be convenient and handy so that we can keep inventory rolling throughout these summer months. As I go along today, putting all this meat away and then reloading my market trailer for the farmer's market, I'm going to share with you guys why I decided to stop our meat shipping program. So up until this point, I went to the farmer's market most Saturdays. I also shipped meat boxes every Tuesday from our farm, and we also sell meat in bulk. So we sell quarter, half, and whole beef portions every spring and fall. Those are the three main ways that we sell our meat, and being able to branch into all of those different avenues has allowed me over the past 6 years to make sure that we are selling everything that we are raising. However, our business has really grown in the last year, and we can no longer keep up with supplying all three of those avenues of selling our beef. From a business perspective, you might be thinking, well, then why don't you increase your production? But with cattle, that is not an easy thing to do, especially right now. So let me explain why. Cattle are not one of those things you can just increase production on for many reasons. One is your land base. You can only raise so many cattle on so many acres. We are trying to convert more pasture ground and increase our grass production through regenerative grazing, but that all takes a lot of time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. As we're working towards more grass production, we're also focusing on building our herd by saving back all of our heifers and just trying to increase it slowly as our grass production increases. So some of the calves that we would use to finish out, now we're keeping for replacement breeding stock. So we've actually had to decrease the amount of finished product that we have available. One of the biggest reasons I decided to start selling meat direct was in order to have more control on my final pricing and not be relying on factors that are out of my control. Here lately with our shipping program, there have been a lot of price increases on the materials I need to ship. So the boxes and the liners have gone up. The dry ice has become really hard to get, and the prices have slowly been increasing for it as well. And I've noticed a price increase on UPS shipping rates. All of that has really shown me that shipping our meat and relying on that as being a part of my sales is also making me rely on outside factors that are beyond my control. I got all of that beef put away. I got loaded for the farmer's market this weekend. So now I'm back home and finishing up chores. To keep going with why I decided to stop shipping my meat is because, again, I was relying on factors that were out of my control. And I also had to turn away local customers in order to reserve the inventory to keep shipping beef out of state. We decided on our small farm, our local customers is who we want to prioritize. We are so thankful for everyone who purchased meat from us and we shipped boxes to for the past 3 years. We really were sad to let them know we were not going to be doing that anymore. Sometimes with a business, you hold on to something for too long because you worked so hard to get there, but we knew for the last 6 months or so that part of our business just wasn't the most profitable thing for us. And during this time of trying to scale inventory, we decided we just needed to cut back, focus on the local customers, and maybe someday we'll have the inventory to start reaching back out to further away customers and start up our shipping program again. Our big goal is to try to get this farm to be our family's main source of income. So I work on it full time. My husband currently has a full-time off-farm job, but we really hope that someday he can be full-time on the farm as well. That's why we had to be very intentional about the profit side of our business and really analyzing what all we're doing day to day and making sure that it just makes sense. The beef is already at scale, as I mentioned earlier. Chickens are certainly something we could keep scaling. However, they're very labor intensive, and in this season of life, I'm kind of maxed out on how many chickens I can take care of day to day. And with my husband working working full time, we've kind of come to the conclusion that we can only raise enough chicken to also just keep up with our local customers. Of course, even in this busy season of life, we're still focusing on our goal, but we also don't want to be totally overwhelmed as we try to get there. In all the work of trying to accomplish these big goals from the farm and to build a full-time income, we also want to make sure we're slowing down enough and just enjoying this lifestyle. We are so thankful that we can raise our kids on the farm, and we want to make that enjoyable for them. We don't want to just constantly be overwhelmed with work. That is why we have to be so intentional about everything that we do, because on the farm, the work is never done. So it is so important to slow down and just enjoy the lifestyle. We don't mind hard work. We are staying focused on our goals, but we're also making very intentional decisions that are going to get us closer to our goal while enjoying it along the way. We do have a lot of new ideas and future plans to help us achieve that goal of a full-time income from the farm. And I look forward to kind of sharing all that with you guys as we work towards all of this. As with all things in farming, it just takes time. There's no fast answer to any of this. We just have to really focus on slowly building it up. One of those big ideas that we have has a lot to do with this little milk cow and learning the whole process of having a little dairy here on the farm. If we decide to branch off into a small dairy, we are going to be relying strictly on local customers for that. It just made sense that we continue to just focus on building up our local customer base. Now, of course, we don't know exactly how everything's going to work out or exactly how we're going to go about making this a full-time income for our family. We are very much still in the beginning stages of learning and growing and figuring out what is going to work best for our business. It does help to have very clear goals in mind and practical plans in place. That is why we're willing to put forth so much effort into different ventures of our business, but also willing to make decisions to step back from things that are not working. Not saying we'll never do it again, but for now, shipping meat out of state isn't working for our small business, and we need to put all of our focus on our local customers. For right now, the main goal is to stay focused on building the business and also running our farm in a regenerative way, just trying to make this land better year after year. And the ultimate goal and hope is that someday we have a profitable farm with really productive land to pass down to our children. I look forward to sharing more farm content with you guys, all the things that we have going on around the farm this summer, and just chipping away little by little at our big goals. I hope you enjoyed this video and learning all about our plans and goals and our reasons behind what we're doing here on the farm. I look forward to sharing more with you guys next week.